Namaskar, Radhe Radhe. Today's generation, one thing is very hard for the student's life, and that one thing is fear of their study, their exam. They are so anxious, sometimes so curious for making them satisfied, and they just used to search many things which is like supportive to them in this field. What is really needed to them, what is really beneficial for their moral support. They are kids, and they are, can say, the gift of Lord, the flowers of Lord. And here for the kids, one thing everyone's have to think, their supports of moral support, can say, for them is only the innocent love, care. And for the exam, no one has the right to force them, to make them feel demoralized, because exam is just exam. Yes, exam is very needed, but here one thing is very important. Our kids really means a lot to all of us, and for the pressure of exam we can't have the right to make them demoralize or feel low under the examination pressure. So every parents have to think for this one particular themes of their life, because this is really an important subject of them. All the time support their kids, and one should able to know the reality of their life, that exam is only the exam. Yes, exam is only the exam, and if mind has the power for handling the exam, then nothing like any negative sources are there for stopping them for going towards the right direction of their life. Not in particular way of in one examination define your children's future. So don't make your children demoralized for the particular exam, because if your children has the knowledge of karma, if your children has the knowledge of their sanskar, love and care for you means for their parents, this is real dignity of them, and one day they will definitely find their success in their life. Not every time examination and for getting the very fulfilled marks in their exam they are satisfied and they are getting the success in their life. No, not one examination define your children's future and your children's tendency for you. So every parents has to be careful for about this one reality, that if they want the real love of their kids, then first of all they have to be like this. They have to be supportive for their kids, caring for their kids, not for the study. Parents have to be like negative and like cruelty for understanding those of realness for the exam. Examination is only just an exam. Moral strength. Improve your moral strength. For the parents, one thing is very needed. They have to be careful for about their moral thoughts, because if they have the kindness, the loyal belief, the moral strength means morality, then they will not do those kinds of cruelty with their kids. Understand your kids' importance in your life instead of all those exam. Yes, examination are very needed. Career, we can understand, but your kids are above than exam. Your kids are your real virtues, your real blessing for by the Lord's compassion to you, to all of us, and we have to understand this blessing and this respect for the Lord to us. And if we haven't those kinds of tendency, then we can say what kinds of parents we are. Only for the examination curiosity, we want to see very intelligent kids, we want to see very good marks, and everyone's in front of our relatives we just make our head proud for clarifying those of reality for our kids. This is like the form of parents. If anyone has those feelings, then for me, I'm also telling, in my childhood I have faced those of trauma, examination trauma. so I can understand the fear of exam, the fear of examination trauma in students life. We all every time think we are mature, we are their parents, and we have lots of problems, responsibilities, but we haven't the power for understanding kids are really so inspirational to all of us, so powerful for makes us feel strengthened in our thoughts, in our beliefs. If we are parents, then they are the real motive and real support to us. But every time we are making ourselves, yes, we are so strong, we have the power for making our kids. No, kids has the power to feel their reality in themselves and makes us feel proud of them. They are real a boon to all of us, and we have to understand, not for the particular marks we can demoralize our kids. No, we won't have those kinds of right, and we can't do this if we are the real parents. Do not flow with the negative outcomes. Yes, sometimes we see our relatives in student kids, their mean surrounding also all the time pokes us also. Then what your study right now, what your kids are doing in their study, what is his aim, their aims, blah blah, many kinds of questions. But here answer is only one: their life. And they know the reality of their existence, they know their future, what they have to do, what they have to get there in their life, because they are mature. Our children are intelligent, and our children have the mind. The mind means the capacity of thinking right and wrong, means they understand the difference between right and wrong. They know those reality, and those kinds of answer, if our kids hear from us, then they feel so satisfied. Yes, and in this way they feel so motivated. Then not any kinds of examinations fear has the power to make them feel demoralized or low. So every parent has to be like in such a way and understand their responsibility, first of all, for their kids. Because if kids examination is near, then also your examination is with them. Means our examination mean to say they are just doing their exam on the paper with pen, and we are doing with our sanskar, with our moral support for them. And if we satisfied with ourselves, then we can feel the satisfaction from our kids also, and definitely we will feel. But first of all, we have to be those kinds of parents for our kids. We can do this, we can understand this, what kinds of parents we are. If we haven't the emotion for our kids feelings, we haven't the understanding for understanding those of feelings of our kids, which they just make themselves sometimes demoralized and low, and in their separate movement they feel so low. What kinds of parents then we are, if we haven't the understanding for those of their traumatic conditions? So understand your kids, and if you give your those kinds of supports for your more kids, then you will satisfied by them. You will satisfied, we will satisfied. This is our real responsibility for every parent for their kids. And then we will see how gratefully they just flowing with their life source and life's achievements also. If we are parents, then we have to give sanskar to our kids, not pressure. Because sanskar makes them so strong to face all the obstacles in their life. But pressure, we can understand. We can realize what kinds of negativity we have to see after giving those pressure to our kids. Because kids are innocent. They are like just flower. Yes, flowers. Flowers petals, every emotion they have. And here, if what kinds of touch we have to give for the flowers, very soft touch, no? And in the same way, we have to give our means offer our love and touch for our kids in light way, in loving way, caring way. Then no any doubt here, for makes us feel relaxed, and we will definitely feel the relaxed feeling by them, and according to our thoughts also from us. Then we can realize, yes, we are parents. Yes, we can the power for understanding our kids' emotion, and our kids are so free in front of us. They haven't any kinds of insecurity from us. Then we are the parents. Then we have the real love for our kids. But in opposite way, what kinds of parents we are? If our kids are insecure from us, and they want to be alone, they want to be separate from us, what kinds of parents we are then? We have to understand our kids' emotions. We have to be like supportive boon with our kids, all the states of their life, all the stages of their life, and we can do this. But we all the time tell them, no kid, we haven't time, we are so busy. Mothers are busy in their means house chores, and fathers are busy for earning their money and blah blah. We told them, we all the time tell them, no, we haven't time for you. And after examination marks, we give them pressure and blame them. You are the reason, you have done this. That's why you got those kinds of marks in your exam. Whose fault there? Parents or kids? Parents' fault. So every parent has to understand the reality of their thinking for their kids, because kids are real support for everyone, for every parents. And if we have those kinds of tendency, then really we feel real satisfaction in our belief, in our thoughts, and we can do this. But first of all, we have to try at a time. Then we will see how beautifully we are able to see those all things what we want, because our karma affects our kids. Yes, our karma affects our kids. In every time we haven't the right to blame our kids. Not kids' faults were there or continue is there right now. Our karma affects them. Because of our karma, we are able to see many kinds of changes and many kinds of their abilities. Because of our karma, we are only the reason, and because of our karma, they are affected by our karma. Every parents give their roles in their life and just create their karmas form in the form of their kids. So stop blaming your kids' thinking. Stop doing your cruelty with your kids basically for the study. Keep faith in your kids' innocent love for you, because this is real wealth for you, for all of us. And Lord has given us the blessing in the form of our kids. And here we have to understand this. If we haven't, then we know we are making our life mess with our kids. Then we don't have the right to blame our kids, because they are not wrong. If there is someone is wrong, then we are. I hope all the parents have their innocent love for their kids. Please understand your kids' emotions, your kids' real desires, and always support your kids, because every kids has their own power for understanding their life, intelligence, for their own intelligence. Lord has given every kids like a different flower, many colorful flower, beautiful flower, and every kinds of emotions. If your kids have, then they are blessed. They are blessed by the grace of Lord. So support your kids. Give your moral support first of all for your kids. Then we will see how beautifully we can have those all themes, those all wishes comes true in our life, what we want to see. Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna.